Hi, welcome back to Bodhicitta class. And we're going to continue with this cool things that will happen to you if you can get to Bodhicitta, if you can have this experience of jumping from planet to planet. And, you know, if you live in New York City, and I lived in New York City for a long time, during the time I was building the diamond business, people who live in New York never go to the famous places in New York. Like, I lived near the Grand Canyon for 12, 15 years, and I've never been there. People in New York, I never been to the Statue of Liberty. It's the most famous place. And then people would ask me, when the World Trade Center was there, my brother came to visit me from Arizona, and he said, "Take me to the highest building," and I said, "Okay." I've never been there myself. I'd like to see it, So we went to the World Trade Center, and we got up to the top, and something happened while I was up there, and it was very, very strange. The whole building went like this. The whole building went like moved sideways, very noticeably. And I actually thought it was falling down or something. I got very scared, and the whole building went like this. And then I told my brother, I gotta go. I can't stay up here. And he said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "I don't know. I just felt the whole building moved like this, And skyscrapers do move a little bit, but it was different. It was like the whole building was going to fall down. And I said, "I got to get out of here." And we went down, and that's called, in Tibetan, there's a special word for that. It's called sayo. Say sayo. Sayo. Sa means the earth, the whole earth, the planet. Yo means shh, like, hey, yo. It's like, goes like this, Why are we talking about that? The text, if we go to the text now, it says, "Changju Kekop." If one person in the universe gets to bodhicitta, real bodhicitta, if they start jumping between planets, sayo, you can see it there. Sayo means the whole earth goes shoo. The earth and all the Buddha paradises go like shoo. They move like this, like an earthquake, And Yixing Sangye Tamjeke Shukji Yo. Even the thrones, the teaching thrones that all the Buddhas are sitting on, Medicine Buddha also sitting on a throne, right? And then if one person in the whole universe gets bodhicitta that day, then the Buddha's seat also goes, Medicine Buddha's like, "Whoa, what's going on?" And they say, "Oh, somebody got bodhicitta. Wow, cool, And Pabongka Rinpoche, being a geshe, he asked, why does the earth move, when someone gets bodhicitta? And by the way, I have a picture here that I really enjoy. This is a very famous picture in the United States. It was taken about 80 years ago or something, and these guys are sitting on a piece of steel when they're building those first big high buildings in New York. And this is a real picture. I think it was Rockefeller Center, and they were about 800 feet up, and they were all having lunch on the girder. And I'm just hoping no one gets bodhicitta at that moment. Because it would go like that, So maybe that picture will help you remember. So Pabongka Rinpoche says, why does the universe suddenly move? And he answers his question. Deni said, "Sa Chambodi," if you think about it, the earth that we're all sitting on, even in the Buddha paradise, Semchen Chitungi Le Wang Le Du. Say Semchen Chitun Kile Wang Le Du. The earth that we're sitting on, wherever we're sitting, even the Buddha, is created by the shared karma of all the people in the universe. All the places where people are sitting right now, you are listening to this program from different countries. But the ground that you're sitting on, even the Buddhas in their Buddha paradise, all that ground has been created by the shared karma of all of us. We are partly responsible for the earth in the Buddha paradises, because it exists in our universe. So you and I have partly, Medicine Buddha should be paying rent to us, because we all help create that universe. That's a shared karma. And people ask me, of course, you know the answer. Is it possible for two people to create a karma together? And sure, if you all decide to work hard, Tim and his team, work very hard to organize a special Dharma event around the world, then all the people on that team, all the translators, all the tech people, all the people who drove me here yesterday with all my stuff, we're all creating a karma together. So the world, the universe, is a shared karma. The ground that all beings are sitting on is a shared karma. Okay? He says, Changsem Kepate, Semchen Mangboden. And the whole point of bodhicitta is the desire to help countless beings on countless planets who have also created those planets. So when you have the intention to help all those beings sitting on all those planets, the planets that you created for those beings have to move. It's very beautiful. Your karma, personally, when you get bodhicitta, is linked to the ground everywhere. So it has to move. And then he says, Sandi masupar. It's too heavy for the ground not to move. Okay? The ground can't support 10 minutes of bodhicitta. The ground of the whole universe is holding up everybody in the universe. And normally it's okay. I can do it. I can hold up everybody in the universe. I don't have to move, But somebody just got bodhicitta. It's too heavy. And the ground has to, the ground shakes because it's like you added 100 pounds to somebody's backpack. And then they're like, So it's such a powerful karma when someone jumps planet to meet each being and commit to their happiness, that the earth cannot bear it. Okay? Literally cannot bear it. The word bear comes from bur in Sanskrit, which means to hold up something. Burden comes from that. Bertha comes from that, that's a long story. Alright. Someday kepe kasare chumna, chanju sambanamki punta gongxing. Each person who is able to jump planets is considered also a brother or sister by the other bodhisattvas who are already there. So they're like, obviously the Buddhas are super happy because they got new kids in the family. And it's not that they love you more than anybody else. It's not that, they're going to love you more because you're in the family. And they don't love you if you're not in the family. They love everybody equally. But they especially love you. They especially equally love you. Okay? And the other bodhisattvas in the universe are like, hey, I got a new brother, I got a new sister. It's like you got married. When I got married, I got 4 extra sisters, I never had a sister, so it's like really cool. And I feel happy, I feel happy to call someone sister, And so all these bodhisattvas are so happy. Gongshin, Chokchu Sangye Tamje La, Kor Gyurla Se Sarpa Tumba Tabu. So there's a big thing. Okay, I did watch Netflix recently. I was watching Alexander the Great's story because it's connected to the Silk Road in India. And one of Alexander's big problems in his life was he never had a son. Or he was trying to have a son. And this is where Roxanne comes in, but that's a long story. But it's a Kor Gyur means king of the world. Korlo Gyurwa, right? Chakravartin, real emperor. And they want to have a son, because that's how they pass on the kingdom. So there's a lot of pressure in the old times on a king to have a son. Now, if you suddenly get bodhicitta, then the Buddhas are celebrating because they had a son or a daughter. Okay, they finally got their son or daughter. Okay, Shuti Tabu tu Gyepa means they get extremely happy during Gyalwe Sesudro, and they take you into the family. Gyalse. Here's the Tibetan. Semde Tang. Now there's a weird comment that I don't like so much, and I don't know how you're going to feel about it. But when you're a teacher, it's your responsibility to teach everything in the text, okay? So here it comes. Samdeyang nam tawana. What happens if you lose that motivation after getting it? Okay, what can a bodhisattva be demoted or kicked out of the family? I'd like to say no, but he says if you ever could lose your bodhicitta, te chengi telne put, you would be expelled from the Mahayana. You'd be. We had that boo. When we had that Tim recently, Bupa get kicked out. It was some Nagarjuna thing we had it. Anyway, it's not really possible after you've had the experience of bodhicitta to lose that bodhicitta. There are stories of people who had bad days. There's stories of bodhisattvas who had bad days. And maybe it crossed their mind that, okay, this living being, you know the famous story, was it Aryadeva? Somebody asked him for his eyeball. And he reached in and took it out and gave it to the person. And then they jumped on it and smashed it. And for a moment, he said, okay, there's one person I don't want to save. You know. And, did he lose bodhicitta? No. He just had a bad day. I mean, somebody took his eyeball out and smashed it. Okay, so bodhisattvas can have bad days, but they don't really lose bodhicitta. Okay. Rang re ngunche zutu mambo top kyang. Maybe you're a person who was able to get to a point where you could read other people's minds. And by the way, translators, I know I'm talking too fast. I'll try to slow down. Here I go. Deep breath. All right. Zuchu means you can fly in the sky, you can walk on water, things like that. Topkyang. Puksu pemba kayang machung. Puksu is a very interesting word in Tibetan. Puksu means long-term benefit. Kayang machung, zero. Zero benefit, okay? To learn to read other people's minds. Occasionally. And to be able to fly in the sky once in a while. In the long run. Zero benefit, okay? Kayang machung. Dele chaju larmim ko chakpa la gawayin. If you could get a rough understanding of the outline of the Lam Rim, it would be infinitely more useful than flying in the sky or reading other people's minds. It's things like that, okay? Ngunshe zutu ni kun la dunche. Say kun la dunche. Mayin. Okay. Kun is koinchog. What's koinchog? Koinchog. Yeah. 3 jewels, right? What's the coin mean? Coin, it means rare, right? Rare. So he says, look, it's rare for someone to read other people's minds on a regular basis and to be able to fly in the sky or walk on water. Those are rare. Kun, la, dun, che, mayan. What's dun, Tim? Do you remember dun? Dun, like chi dun, ja dun. Dun means meaning, okay? Dun means meaning, okay? So, dun, che, chembo, mayan. What's it mean? It's not very meaningful. It doesn't mean much. It's coin. It's coin. What's that mean? Yeah, it's rare. I mean, you can't see, people don't fly around Diamond Mountain that often. But Dunche Mayin, but there's not much point to it. Okay? It doesn't help anybody much. Okay? Alright? Mayin. And anyway, he says very funny. He's a very brilliant teacher. Keware pute pardor? You're gonna get that every time you die in the pardo. So what's the big deal? You know? Everybody picks that up every time they die. You keep dying constantly. You know, for a while you can walk through walls and fly in the sky. Did it help you so far? You know, did it make your life better? That during the bardo you fly to other planets. That's how planets are populated. You know, you need bardo time to get to another galaxy to get born there. That's why formless realm people don't have a bardo, because they just born where they die. Okay, they don't have to get somewhere. So everyone gets special powers. Every time you die, it didn't help you. You know, bodhicitta is a real power. Okay, all right. We've reached the third benefit, or the third amazing, cool thing about bodhicitta. What was the first thing, you guys? You become... Say again? Yeah, you join a new family. You're a Gyalse, you're a Jinaputra, you're a daughter or son of the Buddhas. Okay? You get into a new family. What's the second cool thing? Yeah, you get a new title, you know, Dr. Geshe, Mr. Bodhisattva, Michael Roach, you know. And it sounds kind of silly, but it feels really good if it's true, you know. It feels really, really good. It feels better than almost anything. Okay. All right. Third benefit. Silky number. Say silky. Number. It's a special word. And as I've said many times, I learned all my words from my teacher. I didn't have a dictionary. I mean, I had some dictionaries, I never used them. If I had a new word, I would just go ask my teacher. And I remember, I asked him, what's silky numba mean? And he said, well, you know, I'll tell you sometime. And then, he didn't let me watch television, and I didn't want to watch television. But he enjoyed watching television because he would learn English. And then he had a bell. And anytime something came on TV that he thought I should see, he would ring the bell, you know. And I was supposed to run upstairs fast. And so he rang the bell, and I ran upstairs, and I burst into his room, and he said, there's Silky Nimba on the TV right now. And it was Queen Elizabeth standing with 5 or 6 other ladies in a line, you know. And he says, which one is Queen Elizabeth? And I said, that one. And he said, that's Silky Nimba. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he says, you don't even have to know what she looks like. She has this, what do you call it? Presence, you know, majestic presence, you know, and she outshines the other ladies. Like, they're all wearing expensive clothes. She doesn't have her crown on, but you can see she's different. You know? And he says, that's Silky Nimba. So the third cool thing about bodhicitta is that if they put you in a lineup, right, in a line with a bunch of other Dharma practitioners, but you have bodhicitta, people will say, that's the bodhisattva. That's the bodhisattva. They are somehow shining compared to the other people. Somehow they have a glow about them. Like they outshine these other serious Dharma practitioners. But that one is different. That one stands out. Okay? Silky Nimba, alright? So you Silky Nimba all the other Dharma practitioners. It's not that you want to be more glorious than other people, but you are. Okay? And it's beautiful. And again, the big point here is that there are sincere and very, very advanced people. We call them, the technical name is listeners and self-made Buddhists. That's the technical name. But what it means is great meditators, great practitioners, great kind people who help other people. There are amazing people in the world. But if you have jumped planets and made a personal commitment to billions of living beings, there's no comparison at all. With all the nice people you ever met in your life, there's no comparison at all. Okay? And it's not a competition. But wouldn't you rather be the cool person on a billion planets that could help billions and billions of people directly? That's the point, okay? It's a whole different level. It's beautiful to help other people. You know, it's beautiful to save the lives of animals. It's beautiful to serve charities and feed people. It's a beautiful thing. It's the reason we exist. But then to do it directly for billions of people at the same time is just a whole nother level. And we should hope for that. We should try to get there. You can. You have the capacity. You just don't know. Okay? It's good to run a charity. It's good to do things in your neighborhood. But if you could do it on billions of planets at the same time, that's sexy. I don't know. It's just like amazing, beautiful. And you can. Your mind has the capacity. Because of emptiness, your mind has the capacity. You just have to wake it up. Okay. Somebody, Domboku Pedole. There's a sutra called, people translate it as stalks in array, which is, it actually refers to the house surrounded by the jewel trees, which is a better translation. So someday you guys should learn that. Gyatso Norbu Zambalingi Chingbu. They are comparing Gyatso. What's Gyatso? Ocean, Norbu? Jewel. So in Tibet, especially because it was a landlocked country, they had no access to the ocean. To get to the ocean meant 6 months of dangerous travel. So there are lots of myths about the ocean. The ocean was like a mythological thing for them. And they believed that all precious gems came from the bottom of the ocean because of coral. Coral was one of the few gems that you could get in Tibet because it came through the Bay of Bengal or something. So anyway, there was a tradition that all the great jewels came from the bottom of the ocean. Then he says, Chingbu. There's this glass trinket that people bring from, I don't know, Iran or something. They're just glass. They're not diamond. They're not sapphire. They're just trinkets. I heard the Manhattan was bought with $24 of glass, pieces of glass, So he said, compare the glass trinkets to gems that you get from the bottom of the ocean. And that's the difference between bodhicitta and other emotions, similar emotions. Okay? Tamje Silky Nimba. So it's Silky Nimba. jewels that come from the bottom of the ocean, silky numba, glass trinkets, okay? Cheap glass trinkets. Plastic nowadays, you'd say plastic. Okay? Shindu chanchugisem gyulake pate. In the same way, a person who gets bodhicitta outshines every other kind of spiritual practitioner on this planet. Okay? It doesn't matter, or every other kind of person who's working to help other people in charities or something like that. Just the person who has 20-minute experience of jumping planets and making the sacred connection with each being there. If you compare them to all the do-gooders of this planet, that person's 20 minutes is more valuable. Infinitely. No comparison. Okay? And I have a picture here, a sapphire ring. Okay. The sapphire is beautiful. You know, I spent many years trying to buy good sapphires. This one is certainly from ancient India. And the new sapphires come mostly from Australia. They're cut in Thailand. And they don't have this color. This is called a royal blue. And you can't find it anywhere nowadays. Very difficult to find. So that sapphire is quite valuable. Maybe it's, $2,000-$3,000, okay? But the diamond, each diamond is costs more than the sapphire. Each diamond around the sapphire is more valuable. Be it much, much more valuable, okay? That's a comparison of diamond against any other gemstone. There's no comparison. I mean, 10 carats of diamonds could be millions of dollars, and then 10 carats of anything else is going to be a few $100s. Okay, as a gemstone dealer. Okay, all right, and that comes from a famous sutra called the House of the Jewel Trees. Next paragraph. Chamben number tarpe dole. Then there's a sutra called the liberation of Maitreya, which can also mean the story of Maitreya. Gyalpo se chungu number tso gembo numki kyang silki number. This is a very famous comparison of bodhisattvas to other kind people in the universe. Okay, other nice people in the universe. Compare a bodhisattva to other beautiful, helpful, charitable people in the universe. Okay, then you could compare it to the birth of royalty in ancient India. The birth of royalty. So I have a royal son here, picture. His name is Maitri. This is my new grandson. I'm very proud of him. He's extremely handsome. I told his mother, Noor, that he's this, I said he's the next handsome Aral in the world, which is his father's name. So she sent me a picture of a lady holding a sign that said, who was sick to their stomach for 6 months? Who carried these 50 pounds around? Who got their guts torn up to have the kid? And now you tell me he looks like the father? And so I have to say, he's a beautiful combination of Syria and Japan. And the point is, if a child is born into royalty, in the day of his birth, he is far more important to the country than even the wisest of the officials of the government. Okay, in ancient times, that child, when he's, by the way, Maitri was 3 months old yesterday, that he's already much more valued by the people of the realm than the wisest of the government officials. Okay, just by virtue of who he is. That means once you have had the experience of traveling to billions of planets to make a commitment to each person there, then you are already Silky Nimba. All of the nice people in the world, all of the good practitioners, good meditators, good yoga practitioners, kind people. Even the first hour after you got bodhicitta, you surpassed all of them by billions of times. Okay, all right, and that's one of the examples used in ancient Buddhist literature for a new bodhisattva, okay, who was just born. They're already more important than the nice people who've been nice their whole life. Okay. All right, Kading. Here it is. Okay, that's Venerable Kading's name. Kading means Garuda, bird. Very similar to the Western idea of a phoenix bird. Magical, mythical, glorious, shining, firebird. Here's a picture of a phoenix, by the way. So I grew up in Phoenix. So I remember asking my mom, what's phoenix mean? And she said, oh, that's a special bird that's born out of fire and ashes of before. A new bird comes out of the ashes of the old bird and comes up in flame, in fire. Kadingi tugu kyang chai sok shen silky numba. Here's silky numba. As soon as a Garuda or a phoenix bird is born, they are already more glorious than all the birds on earth. Compare one phoenix to all the seagulls, all the sparrows, all the other robins, bluebirds. There's no comparison. You know, a phoenix bird is 2 miles high, made of fire, and then compare them to all these little beep, beep, meep, meep, you know, no comparison. Okay, that's the idea. Even when that bird is first born from the fire, they outshine all these other birds. Chanchu gisem gila kipi chansem le damboa. Le damboa. Le damboa. It means like a freshman in college. Le damboa means a neophyte, a beginner. A rookie. Good. Yeah, a rookie bodhisattva is already more important than all the nice people on this planet. Okay? For the universe. For the whole universe. A person who just got bodhicitta for the first time is more important to the welfare of the universe than all the nice people on this planet who are doing good things for other people. Okay? And you know, you talk tamche silky number sungwa. Sung means that's not my opinion. The Buddha said that. Deyang habe sambe tobki yin. And Pabongka Rinpoche, being who he is, he wants to explain why. Okay? He wants to explain why. He can't stand to not tell us why. He says Sung means, look, that's not my opinion, the Buddha said that. That's a lung in lungrik. That's the scriptural authority. And now he gives the logical backup. Okay, listen, it's not my idea, the Buddha said it. You don't believe me still? I'll prove it to you logically. You don't need to believe the Buddha scripture. I'll tell you logically why that bodhisattva is more important. Laksam. Come on, Tim, $100. Laksam. Yeah, taking, good, $100 for Gyaltse, Jigme. $100 for Buddha daughter. Okay, $100. Laksam means, because they have taken personal responsibility for every living being. Every living being. How many? Countless. No number. There's no number. How can you love countless people? It's a mystery. How can you meet countless people in 20 minutes? That's another mystery. Because you never get to the last one and the 20 minutes is up. But it happens. It works. You can do it. You do it. That's what happens in the direct experience of bodhicitta. You meet people who have no number. And you haksam. What's that? I'll take care of you. Each one. You spend a few minutes with each one to explain to them why you're going to take responsibility for them. Mr. Wu was talking about calling mom. And, why does mom keep sending you money? I have no idea. But they decide, the bodhisattva in 20 minutes makes that commitment to countless living beings who are infinite in number. Somehow, the bodhisattva gets to the last one where there is no last one. Okay? It's amazing. It's a miracle. Okay? Yay! Alright. So I guess that karma might be pretty strong. Deshindu Dorje Rinpoche Chakyang. Dorje Rinpoche Mingyang Mindor. Now he starts to talk about, let's look at the next picture. Okay. This is diamonds. I have trouble finding pictures. I'm having trouble finding good pictures of Dorje Sekma for $100. Dang. Who said it first? Okay, $33 each. Okay. Dorje Sekma, very, very important Buddhist term. Sliver of diamond. Okay. As I've said many times, you can't cut a diamond with anything in the universe. You can't scratch a diamond with anything in the universe, except another diamond. But you can smash a diamond. That's a different thing. With a hammer. And you will get many Dorje Sekmas, slivers of diamond. Okay? So now, Pabongka Rinpoche takes the conversation, and by the way, Shantideva Master Shantideva takes the conversation to slivers of diamond. Okay, so let's say you had a diamond and you hit it with a hammer and now you have pieces of diamond. Dorje Rinpoche, chak means break it. Okay, you can smash a diamond. Dorje Rinpoche Mingyang Mindor. But that doesn't mean you can't call it a diamond anymore. The pieces. You can smash a diamond into many pieces. But each piece retains the name of diamond. Ming Mindor means it doesn't lose its identity. It's still diamond. You can smash a diamond, but those pieces are still pure diamond. 100% diamond. Okay? And you know the importance of that. What is the importance of that? How do we explain it in the Diamond Cutter? When we explain the name of the Diamond Cutter Sutra, we talk about the power of each piece of a diamond. Yeah, everything in this room has its own emptiness. There are billions of emptinesses in this room. I like to say the last hair on your eyebrow also has its own emptiness. Okay, I was teaching that so long, my eyebrows got longer. So anyway, each piece is still diamond. Okay, Dorna. Then he goes off onto a famous explanation of what those pieces can do for you. Okay, and at first he says, Serki Gyen, Silki Nun. Each sliver of diamond, Silki Nun, what's that? Outshines Ser. Gold. Yeah, okay. And here's the next picture. I think there's a picture. Yeah, so I was in the jewelry business for 19 years. It was my job to find the diamonds. Then they sent them to a factory. They put the gold ring. They put them in the gold ring. And we didn't even have a special department for buying gold. It was just a commodity. You go to another bank, they sell gold, you buy bars of gold, you bring it home, There's no special thing about gold. Okay, the gold in this ring is worth about $20. The diamond could be worth $20,000. You see what I mean? So silky nun. Okay, the diamond, silky nun, the gold. Okay, is the gold precious? Is it good to be a nice person in this world? Is it good to have a charity? Or is it good to feed people? Is it good to even be an advanced meditator? And is it good to have overcome your negativities to a great extent? Yeah, it's like gold. It's extremely beautiful and valuable. But compared to the diamond, it doesn't really, there's no comparison. It doesn't mean it's unimportant. It doesn't mean gold is unimportant. It means gold is beautiful, gold is extremely attractive, but compared to the diamond, it's nothing. Okay? And they go together. Okay? That's a big point. Okay? How do you get to the diamond? You go to the gold. Okay? Gold here represents great meditation ability, serving other people day to day, and then suddenly you graduate to bodhicitta. You get to the diamond. Okay? All right. Serki Gen Silki Nun. Ulwa self. Ulwa means brokenness. The condition of being broke, like you were in, I don't know about you, in my 20s I was ulwa. I was very good at ulwa. Me and Veronica, we often say we were lucky because we grew up quite poor. We grew up in big families with no money. And that's ulwa. Poverty? Relative poverty. Selwa. The diamond still removes poverty. Even if you have a piece of a diamond, it still removes your poverty. That's going to be a metaphor for something else. And we're getting there, don't worry. Okay. And Chanchu Gisem Gila Kete, bodhicitta is the same. Now, let's see what the metaphor stands for. We have about 5 minutes left in the class. Right, Tim? We have time to explain the metaphor, right? All right, next paragraph. Even if you are incapable of practicing the 6 perfections, okay? Even if you haven't got to the 6 perfections yet, which are giving, ethical life, not getting angry, joyful effort, having fun, doing good stuff, meditation and wisdom. Even if you haven't got there yet at all, okay, lo minu, like it's too much for you. I can't do that yet. Gyuki semgi tu, but if you have that intention, that motivation to jump many planets and help countless people, Gyalwe say, shepe ming mindor. We still call you a bodhisattva. Okay? It's like smashing the diamond. Each piece is still a diamond. A defective bodhisattva is still a bodhisattva. An incompetent bodhisattva is still a bodhisattva. Okay, yay! Pabongka Rinpoche Tamjane Chotukripa. Even what do you call it? Incompetent bodhisattva. Anything an incompetent bodhisattva does is still greater than any good deed done by anyone else in the world. Okay? Any small good thing a bodhisattva does, silky numbers, every good deed that could be done by anyone else in the world. Okay? Pretty radical statement. Choktagiri, he says, infinitely more benefit. Okay? Nyenrangi tsoki serki genyan silki nunma. Even those great listeners and self-made Buddhists, meaning great meditators, deep insight into emptiness, but still, they are the diamond compared to the gold. Nende, korwe ulwa selwa sungso. And finally, the Buddha himself said, that if you get this diamond, you can remove the poverty of Korwa, of the whole samsara, the whole suffering universe. You can remove their poverty if you have this diamond. Okay? And again, he says, Chepala Lop Minna, incompetent bodhisattva, who cannot do anything right. Just having bodhicitta is more valuable than what everyone else is. All the nice things that other people are doing, it's more valuable. Okay? All right, so we'll continue that tomorrow. I wanted to say, this always comes up. It's always my job to talk about it. Today, we offered the class for free. Everyone was welcome to come for free. My teacher gave all his teachings for free. He never charged anybody for, 60 years that he taught. He never charged anybody once. And then people ask me, why we have to pay for this lamrim? Do we have to pay for this lamrim? First of all, you don't have to pay. If you'd like to take the rest of the course for free, you can click on a link here and you can take the main course for free and you don't have to pay anything. There's also a link for paying for the course. And that money doesn't go, nobody gets rich, nobody has a, huge house made of gold or diamond. And, it's just that when I take an airplane, yesterday we drove here to Diamond Mountain. It was 6-hour driving. And we stopped and we had to fill up the gas in the car. And I went to the gas station guy in Payson, Arizona. I said, I'm teaching bodhicitta tomorrow. Do I have to pay for the gas? He's like, huh? He said, yeah, you do have to pay for the gas and get them out of the, I'm like, okay. So listen, I'm sorry. It's just things we have to pay for, There's electricity, people have to travel here. We have to, Pao and Pachi keep eating. I don't know what's wrong. There's just some stuff we can't get for free, because the whole world's not Buddhist yet. So I personally, I'd like to say I really appreciate when you do help pay for things. It helps us a lot. We have to pay for the gas. We have to pay for food. We can't get here otherwise. I have a computer. It's expensive. I need it. And so you're very welcome to take the course for free. If the guy would give us the gas for free, I'd be happy to give you the course for free. You could still have the course for free if you really want the course for free. But I think it's cool and I think it's responsible and to help pay for stuff. It's just, I've learned in my life, my long life, that when you help pay for things, you feel better and it's more honest, okay? So, but if you really don't want to, that's fine. And you're welcome to come for free. And I'll always give you that option. We'll always give you that option. But it's hard for us. It makes things hard for us. So everybody chips in a little bit. It's helpful. Okay? All right. I'll see you tomorrow for the next story about bodhicitta. And I don't know. I'm telling you, if you don't do anything else in your whole life, if you can have 20 minutes of real bodhicitta, then you lived a real life and your life had meaning. Then your life had meaning. And I tell you that from my personal life. Your whole life is worth something if you can have 20 minutes of real bodhicitta. Okay? All right. See you tomorrow. Yay.